Hey, this is Javier. I got Chris here, the baddest chaplain, and we're going to talk about X-Men '97,
Oh
the show
yes,
that just came out on Disney Plus. It is a flashback from times when we were children, waking up in the weekend.
man, what a time! I really felt just watching it on a Wednesday night. Somehow I was magically transported back to Saturday morning, 1995. Somehow I don't know how they did it, but they made it happen. They knocked it out the park. So can't say
I
enough good
know,
things.
man. I was so excited. I was like, I saw it and I heard the intro of
There
"Da-na-na-na-na-na-na,"
it
and
is.
I was all like, "What?" I was like, got up and I was just like, man, my mind was blown away. I was like, I
Yes,
could not believe that
and,
they
and
did this.
and it's the way they kept it nostalgic, but also somebody could jump in who had, there's somebody who's born 2005, like a Gen Z cat, something like that, could jump in and watch it and still appreciate it. It didn't feel stale. It's fresh and nostalgic. It's brilliant the way they did it. You know what I mean?
Like yeah, it blew my mind on them that when they did that. I was like, when I first heard it, I was pretty skeptical. I'm like,
Hmm.
Disney doing something old. I was like, maybe
Yeah,
not. I'm gonna give it a try though,
that's it.
and
Well,
it worked out.
I saw Kevin Feige had two stipulations. He wanted to be able to use as many of the original voice actors as possible, and he understands, just like we understand, the power of the X-Men theme song. We're seeing it floating on social media all day. None of us are touching that skip intro button for these episodes. We're just gonna let that theme song play out. We're gonna enjoy it, see all the characters that we love, and just and let it continue, man. It's perfection. It's cartoon perfection.
Man, it's like I had I watched it twice. I
Yeah.
watched that twice, like both episodes. I sat down, I watched it, and I was blown away. And then
Hmm.
I kind of rewatched it because I wanted to see like some of the Easter eggs that they have in it. I
Absolutely.
wanted to, the very beginning we saw Callisto.
Right.
I was
You have
like
to
who
jump.
remembers her?
Listen. Took us to the Morlocks.
Morlocks. Yeah, and then they have the Morlocks in it, and it's just like wow, that's
Yeah.
And then you saw the Daily Bugle. They put the Daily Bugle in
Right.
it, so I mean, we could end up seeing Spider Man at some point down the road.
Feels like a guarantee, especially because he was in the original. They would have moments like that in the original X-Men series. It just feels, the thing I appreciate most about it, Javier, is that it doesn't feel like there was a gap. Like it really continues right off of where the original series ended. It's really smart.
Yeah. It was like because I had to rewatch like the last couple episodes because I'm
Hmm.
kind of nerdy like that. I was like,
Sure.
you know, and then when I actually did the background, like looking into it, they were just caught off guard when the series ended.
Yeah.
They were just caught off guard, so they just had to make an episode or two episodes and kind of just wrap it up and
Right.
left it like a continuation.
There it is. What surprised me, because I don't remember this as a kid, is if you go back and look at the episodes from like the first or second season, especially that second season was incredible. But looking at those episodes where they had the original animation company from Japan versus the end of the series when Fox, who hosted a lot of those or all of those episodes originally back in the '90s, had cut the budget so they couldn't use the same animation company. So you can see a certain degradation, like the quality of the animation isn't as strong in the end as it was in the beginning. But all that's been fixed with X-Men '97. You got like top class animation. It just it checks all boxes.
Yeah, it does. It does. And I was actually blown away from their intro. Did you ever
Yeah.
see they added Magneto? He has his own introduction as
Right.
X Men.
Right.
I was all like, what? What is this?
There it
How did
is.
this happen?
It,
But they still gave us like the running collision moment at the end.
oh yeah, 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 yeah.
I was like, so is he actually gonna be a bad guy? Is he just gonna go back to being bad?
I think the temptation will be there. I'd be surprised if we don't see some moment where he just gets tired of trying to. I don't know how many spoilers we're gonna drop in this, but I know there may be a time where he just gets tired of living into his honoring of Professor X's legacy, and he may just slip back into old habits. but it seems, especially from the intro, if you look at the scene where Morph is there, where it seems like Morph is being hounded or chased by Mr. Sinister, my money is on Mr. Sinister playing a significant role, especially with Gene and Scott having a baby and everything like that. He's always been obsessed with them. I'm thinking that Mr. Sinister, at least for this first season, is going to be a pretty significant bad guy, but not the only one by far.
Yeah, I think Mr. Sinister is going to be like the big bad of
Yeah.
the season, like the actual big bad.
Yeah.
Because like there's no coincidence when you saw Morph and then you see Mr. Sinister floating around.
Yeah. Even with the first episode where you see Gene kind of freak out on Cerebro, I'm wondering, is that a tie to Mr. Sinister? Is the Fellowship of Humanity working secretly? You know, they talked about having a secret buyer. Is that secret buyer Mr. Sinister? You know, he does weird experiments, so the notion of him wanting to just pay cash for mutants doesn't sound too, you know, off the rails for him. That's his MO.
You know, and like it's funny that you say that because when I was watching X-Men, like this is one of the few times and moments where you can even make it political. You can include race. You can do all that.
Yeah.
With the X-Men, you can. That's like the one show that Disney has.
Yes.
That they could put it in, and it somewhat makes sense.
Right. And it stays true to the original material.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and then I liked how they were taking full advantage of it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know, they're actually bringing stuff to the fore because it's not like, because I do kind of like poo-poo on a lot of the other Disney stuff when they force stuff in it that it doesn't need to be in it for no reason. Like like you want it to be organic. Yeah, you know, like if you're gonna do it, do a good job at it.
Right.
Try to make it happen. Try to fit it into the narrative.
For sure. Yeah.
And then they give me X-Men, and bro, did you notice when they used profanity in the show? Blew my mind.
No, I missed it. I didn't even catch it.
Yeah. They used profanity in the show. I was all like, what is this?
What? No, I gotta run that back.
Yeah, you gotta watch that. It's like it's just one quick moment of just like of Logan just cussing out.
Yeah.
And he didn't cuss anybody out. He just used like a one word. If you weren't paying attention, you would just.
But that fits. I mean, it's Logan. It fits the character. It's not a stretch. I think